Leader should have that approach that, okay, I can understand what is your situation. Instead of imposing thing on that, what happens, we talk about training also. So we just impose training on the employees just because it is a part of HR activities, or just their target given that in certain period there should be certain training should happen. So there are different trainings are happening, and it is like HR people are just imposing those training. They're not understanding the need. Okay, my employee need that training or not. We just simply go with communication skills training, we go with etiquettes training, stress management and anxiety management. So these are the common techniques and common trainings which everywhere everyone is given. We are not actually asking our employees, do you actually need this training or not? So we need to be that empathetic to understand their view also, what is the exact field they are looking forward, instead of just imposing one kind of a training every year.
Hello everyone, I am Jitendra Singh, banker turned entrepreneur and author of the book Perfect Mastering the Art of Selling. I welcome you to read my story where I interview authors, speakers, coaches, celebrities, entrepreneurs and more. Today I have with me Miss Mrunmayee Sathe. She is a seasoned HR and training professional, entrepreneur, coach and mentor with over 12 years of experience. She has conducted successful training sessions in 11 countries, impacting over 1,000 participants in just 1 month. Her expertise extends to trainings more than 2,000 plus aspiring trainers through Train the Trainer program and assisting 3,000 plus college graduates and freshers in interview and job selection processes. Currently, she serves as a visiting faculty at MIT World Peace University, where she provides corporate trainings to mid-senior level management team on essential topics such as leadership, cross-function, empathy, and virtual etiquettes. Additionally, she holds the position of co-director at the International Learning and Development Association and collaborates with a global e-learning platform such as International Coach. Her passion lies in working closely with individuals to help them achieve their dreams, and she has a distinguished track record as a master facilitator, coach, trainer, and mentor with various training partners. So today she will be discussing with us about her life journey. So let us hear from her. Welcome, Mrunmayee. The platform is open, and now over to you.
Thank you so much, Jitendra, for the warm welcome you have given to me and this opportunity to be here on your platform and to share my life journey. Though I've not done anything great in my life so far, but yes, whatever I have did, I'm a little bit proud and feeling good that I'm here being part of your show. So yes, thank you so much for inviting me. And yes, we can go ahead and talking about me. So you have said so many things about me, so I don't think something is left for me to say.
Sure. So I'll
But yeah,
start from beginning, like when you were growing. So from there, how did your past life has affected the person you actually wanted to be in your life and what you are?
okay, so thanks for asking this question. Wonderful question, because that is something which has motivated me for whatever I am today. So, firstly, I would like to show my gratitude towards everything, all the situation which happened in my life. Okay, which has brought me today where I am today. Okay, it is a transformation journey from being an introvert to be a person who is here sitting in front of. Like, it's hard to believe that a person who was introvert and now is sitting and giving a live interview, or is in the profile of trainer or into field of HR. So my teachers, my principal from my schools and college, they have seen some potential in me which was not known to me. And they have somewhere encouraged me to get into a subject like psychology to overcome the introvertness which was there with me. Like, I don't know, I was introvert or not, but it was imposed on me. Being a child, like as you can see, I'm on a healthier side. So I'm like this since childhood. Okay. So, and I don't have any kind of shame on this. Whatever it is, it is. So being a child also, it always used to happen in the school. Like we all have gone through that all the skinny girls, good looking girls, zero figure girls, they get a chance to be participate in extracurricular activities. And girls like me who are chubby and healthier, they were like just given a secondary chance, or they were not given that opportunity to be on the stage. So somewhere that thing was imposed in my mind that okay, I'm an introvert, and I started believing in that thing. Because if something is happening every time, so we also start believing that thing. And somewhere I was believing that okay, I'm an introvert and I'm not able to talk to people. There was situation till my 10th standard, I was actually not able to speak to one person sitting in front of me. But then my principal from my school, she recognized that thing and she talked to my father that to overcome all the situation, she should be given subject like psychology. Until that time, I was not knowing what is psychology, from where it came. I was not knowing anything. But then she was like, okay, she should be going for psychology. Then something happened that in my 12th grades, I was not able to score good marks in science, and so I immediately shifted my field to arts, which was something which I felt I can go in that field. And there I found that subject, and one subject in my graduation was psychology. Somewhere back of mind, it was there like, okay, I have to go with the subject because my principal has suggested that. So I took that subject. I was not knowing what is there, how to pronounce that. There were difficult words which actually I was not understanding. But then I took that subject. I found it interesting, and I went for masters in industrial psychology. From where it was a motivation that I should be overcoming my that weakness of being introvert. So I chose a field into HR. So I was into HR for 10 years working with different MNCs, different startup organizations where I was the person who was responsible for that HR department, developing that HR department, recruiting people. Like I have seen the journey, like I have the one person who has actually opened the lock or the first day of the office. I was the one who inaugurated that. And from there, from zero to having 100 of employees, I have seen that journey. So somewhere that journey helped me to be a person who I am today, just overcoming that fear of being introvert. After being into HR for 10 years, I started my journey as a trainer. I did my certification in soft skills, NLP, emotional intelligence, and now I'm pursuing my career as a freelance trainer associated with various organizations, various international organizations. One of is like Reskills, where I'm serving as an international coach. And with that, somehow I got an opportunity to be associated with MIT World Peace University as a professor. So I always say that my journey till date is a blessing in disguise. So something just came from somewhere and I just accepted that thing. There were challenges, there were personal challenges. I'll not say they were not there. All of them were there together. Like when I started my career and my personal life started shattering. So I was in a situation that I should look after my personal life or I should be looking more on my career. But then with the trust and guidance of my parents, the Almighty whom I trust, I got a way out of it and I was focusing on my career. I'm very thankful that my parents, my brother, my friends, colleagues, they actually trusted me and supported me in this journey. They were not knowing what path I'm going, is it correct or not. They just trusted, okay, you're doing, we are there for. And that really helped me.
Right, that's really nice. And you being a entirely like introvert, not only a normal introvert, extreme introvert, and
Yeah.
then getting a entirely a different field where you have to like not only coordinate but take care of so many people in the organization as an HR for recruitments, for their training needs, and for their like day-to-day HR related activities. So that was kind of a huge transition, and I really appreciate that like your principal suggested and you also took the interest in psychology, which really helped you. So that was amazing. So now if I ask you like things you are passionate about in your life, and what is the role of motivation and inspiration onto it further?
So talking about my passion is like being consistent in whatever I am doing, being positive toward life. There are situations where I also go negative. I also have emotional side. Though people say that you are a psychologist, you are a trainer, you should not be emotional. But then it's a human nature. I cannot change just because my profession is something. I cannot be very rude or very blunt. I have an emotional side and I'm not ashamed of that. People think that because of that I'm an emotional fool or I get attached to people a lot, and that also lead to hardship and loneliness in life. But then that is something which I feel that weakness is one of my strength. Like whenever I face failure in such situation, I get motivation from it. Okay, I don't have to stop. I have to keep moving ahead. And it's happened in last 7 8 years. It is happening similar way. Whatever failures I'm having, after that failure, I've never stopped. I am moving ahead. I am not bothered about what results I'm getting. But then I just follow the path that I have to keep working. I have to be consistent. Result can be failure, result can be success. But at least I'll be not having a regret that I didn't try. So all my weakness, I take it as a strength only. People say no, weakness are always weakness, they'll always pull you down. But I have seen my weakness, they have always been there as a strength for me and they have motivated me to keep going ahead.
Nice. So So now if I ask you like about your work and experiences, how you started your career, what all you did, and how you shifted to training entirely.
So I started my journey as a professor only. Like I did my post graduation in 2010, and my college principal, she was my HOD for last 5 years, and then she was promoted as a principal. And at my farewell speech, she has given a just a small speech she was given. She was just motivating everyone. Like whatever first job you get or somebody offering you any kind of a job, be it a small job kind of a receptionist job or in a BPO or anywhere, whatever is the first job coming to you, just accept that thing. And with me it happened that I was never interested into teaching, so that was never my career choice to be into teaching or be a professor, though my father wanted me to be a professor. But then I was very clear that I don't want to go into that. But then it happened, I completed my post graduation, and all of a sudden there were interviews from the college, same college where I studied my graduation, post graduation, and then the interviews came up. So my father was like, just give it a try. And I went there, I give that interview, and I got selected. I was also again a visiting faculty only. So they selected me, but I was not very much interested to be a professor. But then I was like, she has told me, okay, whatever first job you get, you start with that. I worked there for 1 year. I enjoyed the journey with the students. That transformation from being a student of the same college and being the professor in the same college was very nice, very respectful. After that, I was very clear about my journey that I have to get into HR. So I started searching jobs into HR, started with small consultancies, recruitment firms. I worked there, then I joined startup organization back in my hometown, and then I came to Pune after some personal things happened in my life, and then I shifted to Pune. Here also I worked with lots of software companies, hardware companies, startup organization where I was the first employee of the organization to take me to the company to 100 of employees. So all this thing I did for 10 years. I was doing that and I was enjoying my journey. Now somewhere I felt I should be trying into training, because training was something I had an inclination since the start of my career, but never got that opportunity. The place where I used to stay, there was no awareness of such fields. So that is the reason that inclination was there, that interest was there. And after 10 years of career, when I understood that I can be the person who can stand in front and talk to people, can do something in the field of training, I explored training in field. I did few of the training with few training partners, and then I did my certifications. So COVID period was a time when I actually did all my certification in training. I got projects. I started my journey with online projects. So it was online, offline, and from there it started. And then I saw that there was a drastic change in the career way or the path I was choosing, the way I was moving ahead. So training field, it was like very fast to move ahead. So getting project, the way I was getting recognized, and in last 3 to 4 years I'm recognized globally, and I think that is an achievement for me. So like starting from an introvert and now standing on a global platform and addressing people, so that was my journey. And somehow, as I said, it was a blessing in disguise. So I got a call from MIT. The HR called me that, ma'am, we have an opening for visiting faculty, would you like to join? I was never interested to be back in the field of professor or a lecturer, but then it was MIT, a huge institute. So I gave it a try. I went there and they selected me on the basis of my training journey only. And then it was like from there it's going on. So MIT and my training projects all are going hand in hand. I'm actually enjoying the journey with my students here in MIT. So various students from engineering, science, polytechnic, different students I'm meeting every day. Knowing their story, they trust me as if I'm like their mother or their friend. They'll come and tell me each and everything. They'll trust me in every sense. All their personal things also they'll like to tell me. They'll discuss with me. So I'm enjoying that journey. So
That's
like being
really
around with.
nice. So, if I ask you about your vision, mission, and goal in life for next 5 to 10 years from now, so what do you think that should be?
Talking about my vision, and vision is like to help people like me who have gone through lots of things in their life, and to fulfill their needs in the field of soft skill, like imparting training for soft skills, NLP, talking about their emotional needs. So making them strong, making them feel that okay, they can be a part of this competitive world. So whatever best I can do for students, for the professionals, I'm doing that, and I'm looking forward to be taking this journey ahead.
That's really nice. So, now, like, if I ask you the most important life lessons from your journey, professionally and personally, so what are two, three learnings which you would like to highlight here?
Okay, first thing which I think is like trust in yourself. Okay, whatever happens, you have to trust in yourself. Never give up. No matter whatever obstacle come in your life, never give up. Consistency should be the key of your life. Don't focus on result, focus on the path, focus on the way you are trying things, and accept your flaws and move ahead.
Right. So, since you've been working as a teacher, you've been working on various different training modules. So, you are also doing trainings on leadership. So, onto this, if I ask you, like, can you share some real world examples or success stories where empathetic leadership has significantly improved employee well being and overall organizational performance?
Certainly, empathetic leadership can have a profound impact on employee well-being and organizational performance. I can share one example, like there are lots of examples, but I just want to go with one example looking at the time constraint. So one example which I would like to talk about the Microsoft culture, okay, the transformation which has came into Microsoft in recent years. Okay, so under the leadership of Satya Nadella, okay, Microsoft have underwent a significant change or significant transformation in their leadership style and the way they are dealing with employees. So Satya Nadella has emphasized training a leadership skill, leadership trait, which is based on empathy for their employees and for the leaders. Okay, so which has a drastic shift in the entire journey of Microsoft, the way employees productivity and the leadership, everything has been changed after this significant change Satya Nadella has brought in the organization. So empathy is really important part for the leaders and for the employees. A leader should understand what is the employee going through. Now there are a lot many shift happened from being to office to the hybrid culture. There are a lot many things happening and everyone need to be understood. There are various ways of doing that. Leader need to understand like what is happening, like what is the employee going through. Leader should have that approach that okay, I can understand what is your situation instead of imposing thing on that. What happens, we talk about training also, so we just impose training on the employees just because it is a part of HR activities or just their target given that in certain period there should be certain training should happen. So there are different trainings are happening and it is like HR people are just imposing those training. They're not understanding the need. Okay, my employee need that training or not. We just simply go with communication skills training. We go with etiquettes training, stress management and anxiety management. So these are the common techniques and common trainings which everywhere everyone is given.
Correct.
We are not actually asking our employees, do you actually need this training or not? So we need to be that empathetic to understand their view also, what is the exact field they are looking forward. Instead of just imposing one kind of a training every year, stress management has to be there. One outbound activity with a stress management. So as a trainer, I personally feel, and as an employee also, both being I was an employee first and then I become a trainer. So I feel such trainings like stress management before knowing that our employee actually need it or not. Instead of reducing the stress, it is actually increasing the stress. That word stress management actually gives us stress, right? So we need to be empathetic. We need to understand what is the need of our employee, what they are looking forward. And accordingly, we should be planning our trainings for them. It can be employee engagement activities. It can be communication based on various things like what they require, what skill set they are looking forward. That should be understood and then things need to be taken care of.
Correct. Rightly pointed out, trainings should be there on the basis of requirement needs or the area
Yes.
of improvement which staff is looking for. So on the basis of that, these trainings should be designed. And you rightly pointed out, stress management training is kind of giving like more stress because throughout the year, like people are working under so many things, so they are already burdened with so many stresses, and you cannot like support them or manage teach them how to manage it within few hours of training. So that is not possible actually. So overall things should be done like how this stress at a management level can be reduced to an employee level. That only thing which can create impact actually. So onto this further, if I ask you, in today's fast-paced world, and often these days we are seeing that remote work environment is also there. So how can leaders effectively cultivate and practice empathy to create a more inclusive and supportive workplace culture, and also engage with people who are working from their homes.
Right. So the leader should be like, as I said, it should be an empathetic approach. So leader should have a active listening skill in himself. That leader should know how to listen. Leaders are always there. They're just giving orders. They're just like, you have to do this. You have to do this. They have to just
Right.
wait and listen. Like what the employee actually wants. What are their needs? Like we're talking about the hybrid culture. Work from home is there. Sometimes they have to go to office. Sometimes work from home. So that was a transformational shift for everyone. Work from home, though today we all are enjoying Zoom meetings and online meetings, but then there was a transformation journey for each and every one of us when it started in the COVID phase.
Correct.
First, everyone has to learn how to operate that online software, whichever we are using. We actually learned how it is, and then we started with the things. So nowadays, we feel it's very easy. We can just click on the one button and we can just go around anywhere. But then that journey was very much different. Till date, people are facing those issues. How to get on Zoom, how to connect with people. Half of the time, they are just going into the phase that am I audible? Am I visible? All those things are there, and leader should be the one who should be like, it should be like, instead of talking about the project and the productivity, they should be taking out some time and just getting on a casual Zoom meeting or just a call or something, and just to understand why you are able to understand, you able to go with the technology or not, what are the challenges you are facing, and accordingly things should be taken ahead.
Correct.
There should be flexible approach. Like we cannot be rigid when we're talking about hybrid culture. We cannot be rigid. Okay, I want this to be happen in this time, because there are lots of distractions. Person is sitting at home. There can be distractions. Somebody is knocking on the door. Some phones are ringing. Something is happening in the kitchen. Dogs are barking. It can be anything, and we cannot control everything. And like for the people around us, they feel you're sitting at home. You just have to look at the computer. Though we understand it's a professional thing, and we have to take the professional journey. We do as an employee, we are doing that. But then people around us, they just feel that okay, you are just sitting in front of the computer. So you have to take care of the other things which are happening around. So as a leader, we need to be flexible. We need to have regular check-ins, like what is going on in their life. We can casually talk about the personal life also, not getting deeper into the personal life, but at least understanding what is the emotional level. Is the person actually in the mood of doing the work or not? There should be feedback sessions. There should be recognition session happening in the hybrid culture as well. So the employee will not feel isolated. He will feel
Correct.
that okay, I'm part of the organization, because there are very, like you can say, we talk about COVID students, batches which are been passed out in COVID. We call them as a COVID batch. Same is happening with the employees also. Freshers who are just joining organization in the hybrid culture. They have never seen the organization in real. So for them, it can be a stress situation. It can be an isolated situation that I don't know that office exists or not. So here leaders has to play an important role to give recognition, to be on call, have a casual meet with them. Once in a month, they should be called to the office, or leaders should arrange something where all the majority employees are there. So some activity should keep happening. So that approach should be, instead of just being a workaholic and just being like, this is the target and you have to do this on deadlines.
Correct.
Deadline must be there, should be followed, but then there should be a different approach as well.
Rightly pointed out, which is really important. So, onto this further, like if I ask you, like what strategies and training programs can organizations implement to foster empathy among their leaders and employees, which is really important, and what measurable benefits can they expect to see as a result from these strategic or like programs they organize?
As I said, like first we need to understand what is the requirement of the employee, what is the area he required training. Instead of just giving training, whatever is scheduled as per the HR's target, we just schedule one training and we're just imparting that. We're hiring trainers, and we trainer feel that we are very blessed and proud. Okay, the organization has called us to give a training. So like when I also give training, if I have the training need analysis given by the organization, that's good. But still, when I start with my training, I always try to understand what are their needs, what are they actually looking for. It happens that I'm giving a training on communication, and the clients or the employees are looking for training in different things. They are looking into like how to have a good body language, body postures, or they are looking for something into leadership, reducing stress, reducing conflict. So their needs are different. So we need to understand what are their need as per the situation, as per their competitive world, and the skill set they are looking forward. Accordingly, we should be working on like conflict management is there, employee engagements are there, like how to have good collaboration, how to have good rapport building. All these things, small activities, small skills should be there, which we can develop with the employees, instead of going on a very complex kind of thing, which half of the time they are not understanding what is going on. So we need to understand their role, what they want, and accordingly we should be planning the training sessions.
Correct. And also the engagement of leadership as well as the employee. So there should be a activity which is focused on the bond building, not on the discussion level on like what is happening in terms of business and everything. So it would be kind of like recreational activity, we can say, from time to
Right.
time, so that they understand each other well, they understand their style of working and gel up with that easily.
Yeah, and it should be more of a activity facilitation kind of. It should be not been kind of a lecture only. It should be like we are engaging the employees in the activity. They should be a part of that training part. Every time it happened that the trainer is standing and giving a lecture, and half of the employees are sleeping. Instead of if we involve them, and not necessary that we should have some professional activities only. There can be certain activities like we can say that it is a childish activity or something games which we have played in our childhood. We can incorporate those in the training session. Like I usually do all these things. I
Right.
took out all the childhood games which can be played. It can be a refresher kind of a thing, and people enjoy doing that.
Right.
So that should be there. That enjoyment, that smile should be there. So they should be not feel that I'm forced to sit here because they'll be marking my attendance for this or I'll be getting a certificate. So that should be not the attitude. Attitude should be, can we learn something? It will be fun, and I'll be also doing something which will be when you implement something that is going to be with you till last. So that is
Correct.
not going away.
Correct. So rightly said. Now moving on to yeah, like you back. So what is your take on success and how like what you feel about it?
See, success, what I, as I already mentioned, that you have to focus on the journey and not on the end result. So, being consistent, being hardworking, being smart, doing your smart work, and being consistent, that is what is required when you say of your success. If you are getting failures, also accept that failures and move on. You cannot
Correct.
expect the result, whatever you want every time. Can be different. Like you think that, okay, this is the way I want success, but then there might be different plans for you. So focus more on the journey instead of on the end result. End result can be anything.
Correct. It's up to you. Like what is the sky you look forward to? And we are moving on. Last one. Any message or advice you would like to share with our viewers and listeners?
Yes. So I would like to say that, as I already said, that trust in yourself and your abilities. Okay. Never give up. Okay. Don't be afraid of making mistakes because you learn from your mistakes. And whatever you learn from the mistake, you are going to implement that in your life and that will lead you to success.
Correct.
And be consistent, whatever happens.
That's important, really important. So it was really amazing to have you here today. You have shared so many wonderful things like your journey, how you started, and what all you did. Most importantly, your transition from being an extreme introvert to a trainer. That was really amazing. And also, you pointed out various things related to the leadership role as well as the engagement which they can build in with their employees so that it would be like more smoother not only a relationship but also improve the performance of the staff and the need of training which is really important on the basis of need of the employee, not on the basis of the organizational need, because that is only tick mark exercise for the organization, not like fulfilling anything for the betterment of employee performance. So that's really a wastage of time and money. So look forward to what exactly your employees need and organize training on the basis of that. So that was really amazing, and looking forward to hear more from you again soon, maybe on some other topic related to HR or maybe on topics which you are working on as a trainer. So we will definitely look forward to that. Thank you so very much, Mrunmayee, for your time. It was amazing to have you here.
Thank you so much, Jitendra, for this opportunity. I really enjoyed the time being here. And yes, thank you so much.
And I will also share your social media link along with the interview so that people can be in touch with you, take your help and guidance. So, guys, don't forget to check that out too. Thank you so very much, everyone, for watching and listening. I hope you all must have gathered a lot of information and enjoyed watching it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Have a good time. Thank you, and bye bye.